Hi everybody. So I wasn't going to come on here for a while for a couple reasons. I've been working my butt off to get ready for surgery, trying to go through my clothing and stuff and get my yarn situation in order. I have appointments and stuff that I have to get to, and I look a mess. Forgive me, but again, I wasn't going to record this video at all till later. Actually, I wasn't going to record this video, period. There was no till later. I've already done one like this. I guess I'm coming at you today in a place of frustration. So let me tell you why I'm frustrated. I have seen videos of new post-ops under a year, and even as much as a couple months out. They are eating sweets, they're drinking soda, they're gaining weight back under a year more than once. Okay, listen. It wasn't that long ago, it was 4 years ago, and when I started writing down the things that I'm going to need post-op for my revision, I literally started crying because I could remember how it felt trying to get that protein powder down, how it felt trying to get the water in, how it felt even sometimes sipping broth. I'm talking, I was 3-4 months out and I was still struggling, and then I hear these people that are under 6 months out eating cake, cookies, candy, chips, and okay, listen. I know I said listen before, but you gotta listen. This is a PSA, public service announcement. You have got to reset yourself today. You should never have had this surgery if afterward, under a year, after a few months post-op, you are going back to chips, sweets, cake, cookies. I'm mind blown. I'm stumbling for words because I am 4 years post-op in under a month. And I have to get a revision. I don't have to. I earned, and I want you to listen to these words, I earned a revision because I proved that I can consistently keep and maintain the same amount, over 100 pounds off, for 4 years. After the 2-year mark is when most people shut, some before, but after the 2-year mark is the tell-all. Are you going to gain? Are you going to maintain? I proved that I could maintain. What I couldn't do was get under only that 100-pound loss to get down to my goal weight, which is 170, but I'll take even 160. My goal is 170. And why I say I'll take 160 is because part of the revision, I'm going to be losing between 20 and 40 pounds. So realistically, I'm weighing in at 195 this week. And I'm fluctuating between 195 and 198. Cannot get under it no matter what I do. So, realistically, I could get down to 160. Maybe even 150. I'm fine. Great. But I don't want to be this close to 200 anymore. If I couldn't get the goal weight, where do you think you're going to be eating the garbage you're eating under a year, even 6 years, 7 years, 8 years? What do you think's going to happen to you? Why? You know, you're doing it years and years out, but what about right after surgery? Cakes and cookies and chips, and I don't touch chips because I don't trust myself. You know, chips and french fries were my thing, man. I could have lived on chips and french fries alone. I was the one who, when you went to a restaurant and you got 3 vegetables, I ordered salad, I ordered mashed potatoes and french fries and gravy on the side. I love potatoes. I don't have them anymore. Not for a little over 4 years. Probably 3-4 months pre-surgery, I started switching from potato to cauliflower. Look, if you're not going to make changes, if you're not going to stick to the plan, if you're not going to do, and I'm itchy, I'm scratchy, I'm like, even speaking these words is driving me crazy because I'm sorry, but I'm talking to grown adults here. Yes, there's a such thing as eating disorders. Yes, there's a such thing as food addiction. I hear you. I get it. But that's where being an adult comes in. You're taking a surgery and you're altering your life and you're trying to get healthy and better yourself, yet you're self-sabotaging with all the crap that put you in that space to begin with. And I'm just mind blown as how that works in someone's mind. With that, I'm going to tell you a little story. Pre-surgery, I was very heavy. I was at my lowest depression-wise. I had a lot going on. I just lost my Hannah, which was my first dog. She was my world. When I went through the roughest time in my life prior to this, which was my first marriage/divorce, there were days when I said, God, I don't even want to wake up. I wasn't suicidal, but I was just so miserable. I didn't know what I was waking up for. And all of a sudden, as if she heard my mind, Hannah's face was right there, either in my face, on my chest, Molly, in my lap, saying, Mommy, but I need you. When I left my ex-husband, she was who I had. She was what I had. She gave me the reason to wake up every day. And I just lost her when I started going through the process of the weight loss. Going into the... Guys! Sorry. Going into the appointments and stuff. So I went through everything. The endoscopy, or not the endoscopy, the pulmonary, the Dixie. These dogs have allergies. They're driving me crazy. They're even on Apoquel. Lord help me. Anyway, the one PA, now my surgeon, he scheduled me for surgery. The psychiatrist cleared me. I was cleared with everything. I was at the point where I had to pay my money up front. And 2 weeks later, I was going in for surgery. I get a call later that night. And I'm told the PA, who worked for the surgeon, decided, because I cried when I talked about my dog. I cried when I talked about my stepdaughter that I raised in the ex-marriage that was a bone of contention at this point. Which is another story that's irrelevant. It's just... things that should have made me cry were making me cry. She decided that I needed more psychiatric counseling because I wasn't ready for surgery. Well, I flipped my lid and I got a hold of the surgeon and I said, is she the boss or are you the boss? He said, of course I'm the boss. I said, well then you better jack her and am I getting my surgery? They actually had me come in because I was livid. They hugged me when I walked through the door. They're like, are you all right? And I'm like, absolutely not. She better not be here because we're going face to face. I mean, I was fuming. Moral of the story is I got my surgery 2 weeks later on schedule, as scheduled. Did not have to go through more psychiatric counseling, nothing like that. This PA who had some kind of hair up her ass with me thought I shouldn't get the surgery because I wasn't mentally ready. Okay. As much as I was peeved at her, as much as I wanted to take her and knock her into the next universe, there should be more of her out there with a lot of other people that truly are not ready. I was ready. I made that commitment to myself and that promise to myself. And I knew what I was doing, and I knew what I was in for. Then there's these people who, and I'm talking, if this is you and you're offended, let me rephrase that. If hearing these words offends you, you're who I'm talking to. A spade's a spade. It's time to grow up, buck up, and wake up. You could think I'm nasty. You could think I'm cocky. You could think I don't know what the word is. I don't care. I want you to hear what I'm saying to you, because this is sad that grown adults are putting themselves in the position of going through everything you have to go through to get this surgery. And let me add to that, there are people who cannot get this surgery and would cut their right leg off to get it, that should have it. But because of insurance, like my husband, say he wanted it, he can't get it. His stupid company does not cover it. So if he wanted it, which he has no desire, yes, he needs to lose weight, yes, he's obese, he has no desire to get the surgery. And I'm like, if they cover weight loss surgery ever, your ass is going. And he's like, no, it's not. I said, we'll talk if that ever comes. Not because I want him to look different, but because I want him to be here longer with me. I want him to be healthier. And we're lucky he doesn't have any comorbidities at all. Thank God he doesn't. But that's today. I don't know what tomorrow or 6 months down the road's going to bring. I just pray that he doesn't get any comorbidities. But I'm telling you, I don't care if I'm just going to say it, if I sound like a bitch to y'all. I don't. I want to sound like that. If I'm the person that is your wake-up call, if I help one person by saying what I'm saying and by being the way I'm being, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to wrap lace around it, and I'm not going to dance it around and make it look all pretty for you. It's ugly, and I'm going to make it look ugly. For you to put yourself in that position to get weight loss surgery, go through the hoops you got to go through, and to turn around and under a year, even 10 years later, eat the crap that put you in that spot to start with, is sheer lunacy. I am befuddled. Every now and again, even that's opening yourself up for problems down the road. Again, I'm going to use the alcoholic or the drug addict. A drug addict or an alcoholic cannot have a sip of beer now and then, or even communion. If you're smart, do not take the blood of Christ and drink the wine. Ask them to have something different for you, or don't do communion. You are putting yourself at risk to go back into your addiction. The drug addict cannot be on methadone and say, oh gee, I'll just have a hit of pot here and there. No, no, and no. You're going to be a full-bore drug addict again. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I promise you, that's the road you're headed back on. What can we say, us veterans, us experienced, us that have a proven track record of loss and maintenance, what can we say to get it through to all of you? I'm mainly speaking to the new post-ops under 2 years. because there's where I see the problem. Big time. Very good friend of mine. Family. Love her with all my heart. Her and her wife. My husband and I adore the heck out of that family. She and her wife are both going for surgery in the early part of 2019. They're in the process of their 6 months lead up to. She is so excited. She is so grateful. And I could not be any happier for her. And I know her and her wife both are the type of people that when they make a commitment, they make a commitment. They don't take anything lightly, and they put their heart into everything they do. They're also very intelligent, and they research and educate themselves, which she has been doing for sure. And if I know her wife, they've been doing it together. Her wife already has a degree and is headed for her master's. I mean, we're not talking normal people here. They're above average, in my opinion. Not just because of education, because of just the people that they are. And I even said to her, my best advice to you, stick to the plan. And go into this knowing that this is every day for the rest of your life. And if you can't commit to that, if you can't commit to every day forever, this is what I have to do if I want to maintain and be a healthy, decent weight. Don't get the surgery. This is not a joke. And let me add on to that. And I before I go to add on, I didn't need to tell her that. She got it. I am more than confident she and her wife both are going to excel and succeed at this surgery. But let me add on to that my revision, unless there's a complication, the tool is proven to have some defect of some sort. I'm not going to, Molly, stay in here. Molly, I'm not going to go into the medical thing of everything that could be wrong because I'm not that proficient. Guys, stop it. Molly, enough. But unless it's doctor or tool error, no one should be given a revision. Unless, and I'm not just saying it because it's me, they have proven a track record and they have earned that surgery. It's not your right to get that surgery. It's not your, you know what I mean? If you mess up, then you need to be put back to the beginning and sent through the whole program again. And not given that surgery until you can show at least 1 full year that you can maintain X amount off. Or this weight. There's surgeons giving patients 2, 3, and 4 surgeries. The only thing I can see getting a revision for is you can't hit goal like me, but you've proven you can keep and maintain that weight that you've lost off over 2 years. 2 years minimum. Minimum. Sleeve, because a lot are getting heartburn. Reflux is a bad thing, and that's why I refused the sleeve. I already had severe acid reflux. So that's torture. So yeah, I can see getting revised from sleeve to bypass on the basis of reflux alone. Or in a case like Nirvana, a wonderful woman who I've been following for the last 5 years. Amazing person, amazing bariatric patient, not perfect by any means, none of us are, but she busted her butt to get her last revision. And she had band over bypass. I don't remember everything. Experience in Nirvana is who it is, and you can follow her. I'll link her under this video because she's amazing. Love her to death. If you see this, hi sweetie. But she earned a revision, you know. And there's times like Michael Lawrence. He's another one. He's Michael B. Petty now, I think. He had sleeve. I don't remember the complications, but right after his sleeve, he wasn't even 6 months, I don't think. Don't quote me now. But I know he was under a year out, and bam, he had to have bypass because something went wrong with the sleeve or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but he's another one you could follow. I will also link him. I know he talks about his revision. He has said it in a few videos and on his lives. So those are the only reasons, medically or that you've earned over 2 years maintaining weight loss and can't hit goal, or, I mean, not or. Those should be the only 2 reasons. These surgeons that are giving, in my opinion, one surgery after another on these failed weight loss patients, they might need their license revoked because they're doing it for the money. They're not doing it for the right reason, and they're certainly not helping a patient. And if in your mind you think, oh, well, if I nuts up, I'll get a revision 2 years down the road. That shouldn't even be an option for anybody, or put in anybody's mind, or even be in anywhere remotely in your mind, unless you have a proven history of compliance and maintenance. Now, you could take what I say or you can leave what I say. My advice, take what I say to the bank, carve it in stone, and document it in history. The fact of the matter remains, you cannot reinvent the wheel. You could try, but you're not going to succeed. The wheel works just the way it is. The tool was designed to do one thing, and that is help you to get your weight off. Help you. It is not going to do the work. It is not going to let you eat whatever you want, when you want, how you want. And even if you think, oh, well, I'm only eating a handful of potato chips because my pouch can only hold so much. You know, I'm not eating the quantity I used to eat. It doesn't matter. You're still putting junk and empty calories into your system that eventually is going to put you back to where you were. And I promise that handful, yes, honey, that handful is going to become 2 handfuls, 3 handfuls. Next thing you know, you're mindlessly sitting watching movies, watching TV, and eating a bag of potato chips because you need something to keep your hands occupied. Let me show you how I occupy my hands. I crochet. Get a hobby. Learn how to do something that takes your mind and takes your hands away from wanting to pick, away from being bored. Same with smoking. Pick up something and do it. And don't put a cigarette in your mouth. Again, I'm flabbergasted at this whole thing. I hope that my video reaches somebody that needs it. And I hope it's not falling on deaf ears, which sadly, a lot of ears that hear this video will be deafened. I understand that. You think that you know something we don't know as veterans of this surgery. You think you got it figured out. You think you can work that tool, that tool ain't gonna work you. Try all you want to reinvent the wheel. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to get anywhere. All you're going to do is fail. And if I need to be blunt, I'm going to be blunt. If you don't follow the plan, if you don't do what your surgeon says, get your vitamins, get your proteins, stay away from carbs, stay away from sugar, stay away from carbonation, alcohol, tobacco, and pasta, bread, and rice, chips, candy, cookies, cake. You wasted your time, you wasted your energy, and you wasted your effort. And sadly, this is why people's surgeries don't get covered, and insurance companies don't want to touch these surgeries. And it's hard to get these surgeries. If you want to be a failure, go into this surgery and come out of it with the same habits. Gracie! The same habits Gracie, with the same habits you had pre-surgery. And I promise you one thing, you will fail. That's what I got to say. Again, I hope this reaches who it needs to reach and it didn't fall on deaf ears. Everybody have a good day. I'm somber. Have a good day.